Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Adoptions from the Heart TV. Hopefully you've been able to tune in these last several weeks where we've been sitting down for a panel discussion with white adoptive parents talking with our Black birth parents. We're really excited. We've had a lot of great conversation and we feel like we've learned just a lot about how to incorporate race in the adoption world. So now let's tune in to our panel where we're going to have some final thoughts from our birth parents with advice to our white adoptive parents. Hey Rich, can you maybe touch on a little bit of when you came into the program and you decided to be open to adopting a child outside of your race? You know, what thoughts went through your and your partner's heads? Was that intimidating to you at all? Like, what were your initial thoughts?
When we were going through the, what are you comfortable with? It never crossed our minds. We were comfortable with any race. We were comfortable with any drug situation. We were really open for anything just because we wanted to. I love being a parent. I love being a dad. I wanted to have my wife have that opportunity as well. So that was never really a question for us. We felt like we were comfortable with all that. But I'll say that in the last couple of months, I think my eyes have been really opened. I have, both of us have talked extensively about our responsibility to make sure that, we're obviously able to provide for our daughter, but we need to do more than just provide for her. We need to make sure that she's aware of her heritage and her background and embrace that. And, it's more than just us having the books and the babies and things that bring that Black culture into our household. It's getting exposure, to our birth mother, who we have a great relationship with, and she has a daughter that we love, and getting them to be sisters and be around each other so that she gets that exposure. She needs that. I know that that's not enough. I want to start going to a Black church. I want to take her to a Black, barbershop to get her hair done because I'm terrible at it. But I want to learn. But I just feel like there's a lot more that we can do from a responsibility standpoint. So even though I felt comfortable with race and that didn't bother me at all, it's been eye-opening for me. And thankfully my eyes have been opened wider at an earlier age for her. So what I haven't done yet, I know now I can still do and still make sure that she feels like she's, got this whole other side of her and who she is that we can share together.
That's great. Well, and Rich, I think the fact that you're just so aware, that these things are going on and you're ready to take on those extra steps is the important piece, because you're starting this, right? Like, this is not something you're just trying to hide away. So that's great. So to Christy, Lynn, and Rich, do you guys have any questions or things that have been on your mind? Particularly, I want to give you the opportunity to maybe ask Samai, Asia, or Sierra something that you just haven't had the chance to maybe connect with your birth parent on, something maybe they can help assist you with.
I have one. So, and this is for Samai, and I appreciate you being on and sharing your thoughts. So I don't have contact with my daughter's birth father. He was incarcerated. I think he's transitioning out right now. And everything that's happened in the last couple of months, it's made, I want to do that. We've sent letters, we've reached out, but we haven't really heard anything back. But I'm also a little fearful. I'm not fearful of him. I'm fearful that he's going to look at me and be like, well, how do you think you can raise a Black girl? What do you think? Like, why do you think you can do that? And I guess it'd be good to hear your thoughts on that a little bit, just because I want to do right by him. And I know I'll do right by her. That's the reason why I'm in doing this, but I also don't know what is in his head at all. Like, I don't know what he's thinking. I don't know how to even talk to him. I don't know if you had any. So you've reached out and haven't got no feedback, correct? Right. Okay. But I've never, but you know what? All I've done is send letters. I did not go and try to visit him or anything like that. So my reaching out was probably that much. I can do more. For me,
So I'm gonna just be, wholeheartedly honest. Okay, so I've been in jail. I've served time. In my mind, reaching out, 1-2 times via letter, it's not, to me, it's not that much. Like, it's a great deal. And I'm gonna take it even a step further, because honestly, you don't owe him nothing. You don't owe him nothing. By you reaching out is a good gesture for yourself, but you only owe it to your child. So regardless of how he might think or what he might say, you're not doing it. I would say you're not doing it. If I was in your shoes, I wouldn't be doing it for him. I'm doing it for my child, because this is what I want for her. If it's to your mind to reach out again, then do so, because you're opening the window, you're opening the line of communication to say, hey, I may or may not know the total situation, but I want you to at least have some type of communication, some type of know-how as to how she is doing, and see how that goes from there. And if the situation, if it doesn't move forward from there, then so be it. Are in different spaces in their lives. So great move for yourself to reach out to the father. It's good. Just focus on doing right by your child.
Thanks.
Lynn or Christy, were there any thoughts or things that you or your families have been wondering that maybe Samai, Asia, and Sierra can help answer for you?
I'm just grateful, and Tim as well, to have something like this to, help us navigate, parenting. It's a good thing, because it's, again, helping the child. And, right now, Aaliyah's birth mom is not in her life, but we are open to that. Hopefully when she's ready, comes around. And sadly, we don't know who Aaliyah's birth father is. So that's something that we're trying to navigate with Aaliyah, like when she gets older and we can talk to her and, use the correct terminology. But that's something that she's going to have to come to terms with. And it's going to be hard. It's, parenting, again, is not easy, but, parenting a child that is adopted and of another race, it's not going to be easy. Thank you, everyone, for sharing. It's very insightful.
Thank you so much, everyone. Please tune in next week as we continue these really important conversations about race and adoption.